Do you think the Bahamas is just blue seas and white sand? Try swimming with pigs that ask for tips, renting a private island for less than an apartment in Manhattan, or getting fined $2,000 just for tossing out a straw. From underwater churches to bans on dancing and driving on the left side with a left-hand steering wheel, the following 15 taboos and oddities will leave you amazed. Number 15. An innocent act that can cost you $50,000 in the Bahamas. Have you ever gone to the beach and secretly taken a little sand or a few pretty shells home as souvenirs? In the US, Europe, or many other countries, this is totally normal. There are even sand souvenir bottles sold everywhere in gift shops. But in the Bahamas, think twice. According to Bahamian law, all sand, seashells, and coral rocks are classified as national resources, protected as strictly as coral reefs and wildlife. Taking sand or shells, even just a handful, is considered stealing national resources. Every year, over 7 million tourists visit the Bahamas. If each person took just a little, tons of sand would disappear, threatening the fragile marine ecosystem that is the nation's pride. What's even scarier is that if you're caught at the airport or by customs, you could be fined up to $50,000, have all related luggage confiscated, and even be permanently banned from entering the Bahamas. A typical example. In 2023, an American family was detained for 18 hours at Nassau Airport just because their daughter secretly put a seashell in her handbag. The result? They had to pay a $15,000 fine and were put on a blacklist. Number 14. Swimming with pigs. About 90 miles south of Nassau, the capital, Big Major Cay, also known as Pig Beach, is considered one of the cutest and most unique spots in the Bahamas. It's an uninhabited island, but it's world famous for its adorable residents, a herd of wild swimming pigs. Their origin is still a mystery. Some believe sailors left the pigs there as a food supply and then forgot about them, while others think they swam ashore from a nearby shipwreck. Today, the Pig Beach herd has about 20 to 25 pigs, both adults and piglets, living freely on the island and totally different from farm pigs. They're not only strong and great swimmers, but also very bold. When they hear boat engines, they swim out in a line to greet visitors, roll onto their backs, open their mouths, and perform all sorts of tricks to ask for food or pose for photos. Some even pretend to fall asleep, to get attention, or chase after boats if they're ignored, especially if you have their favorite watermelon. These quirks have made Pig Beach a dream destination for tens of thousands of tourists every year, especially young women, newlyweds, and animal lovers. They don't just want to swim with hug and pet the pigs, they're willing to line up for selfies with these piggy stars. Statistics show over 6,000 tours visit Pig Beach each year, bringing millions of dollars to the local tourism industry. Number 13. You can rent a private island for less than an apartment. It's hard to believe, but in the sunny Caribbean, you can rent an entire private island for about the same price, or even less, than a small apartment in downtown Manhattan. The Bahamas is a pioneer and almost the only country that allows foreigners to rent an entire island. According to the Bahamas Ministry of Tourism, there are currently over 120 private islands available for short-term rental, with average prices ranging from $2,000 to $5,000 per night, depending on size, amenities, and the travel season. In comparison, that's much less than renting a one-bedroom apartment in Manhattan, which averages over $4,500 a month. In the Bahamas, you get not just a room, but your own private paradise. With white sand beaches, coconut groves, and turquoise coral reefs all around. Many islands come with a private staff available 24/7, including chefs, dive guides, spa staff, and your own boat captain. Some islands are for just 2 guests, creating an absolutely private space, perfect for honeymoons, anniversaries, or simply disappearing from the noisy world for a few days. Many islands also feature luxury bungalows, infinity pools, private helipads, and marinas, turning the desert island dream into a luxurious, comfortable reality. Many celebrities have chosen to rent islands in the Bahamas for private getaways, including Johnny Depp, Leonardo DiCaprio, and even members of the British royal family. Number 12. No swearing in public. In the Bahamas, you might feel a laid-back, relaxing vibe everywhere. But don't let the island paradise atmosphere fool you. According to the Public Order Act, any profanity, offensive language, or disruptive behavior in public is considered a violation of the law. This applies everywhere, from parks, beaches, and restaurants to docks and bus stations. Even if you're just on the phone and accidentally curse, a local can report you to the police. That's right, it's not just a cultural taboo, it's the law. There was even a case where a tourist was fined $250 right at Nassau Airport in 2022 for swearing when complaining about lost luggage. It's important to note that even though the Bahamas is a parliamentary democracy that protects free speech, that doesn't mean you can say anything, anywhere. Bahamians are very sensitive about political, religious, and racial matters. Avoid negative comments about the political system, the British monarchy, or religious beliefs, especially Christianity, which is the majority faith in the country. Number 11. Be careful with sunscreen. The Bahamas is right in the Caribbean, where the UV index often hits 10 to 12, which is considered very dangerous by international standards. At this level, just 15 to 20 minutes outside can start to damage your skin, even cause blisters if you're not properly protected. According to the American Academy of Dermatology, sunscreen with SPF 50 can block about 98% of harmful UVB rays, enough to protect most skin types. More importantly, you should reapply sunscreen every 2 hours, especially if you swim, dive, or sweat a lot during beach activities. Besides the SPF rating, tourists should use reef-safe sunscreen, since some water tours in the Bahamas now only allow guests who use coral-friendly products. This rule is important to protect the fragile marine ecosystem. Over 35% of Caribbean coral reefs are found here. If you want to be extra safe, in addition to sunscreen, wear a wide-brimmed hat, long-sleeved UV protective shirts, sunglasses, and don't forget to rest in the shade when needed. In Nassau, you'll notice locals always cover up thoroughly when going outside. They know just how strong the tropical sun can be. Number 10. Bahamians have a great sense of humor. The moment your plane lands in Nassau, you'll see that the real Bahamas magic isn't just the turquoise water or powdery white sand. What really wins over visitors is the natural humor and genuine warmth of the people here. In the Bahamas, a smile isn't just part of the service, it's a way of life. From the coconut vendor on Junkanoo Beach to the taxi driver circling Paradise Island, everyone is ready to joke with you, sometimes so wittily that you'll burst out laughing even in the 95-degree heat. A local woman might walk up, point at your floppy hat and say, "That hat actually made it through Miami Customs," then laugh out loud before showing you the best conch salad spot in town. They're not afraid to poke fun at you, and more importantly, they hope you can laugh at yourself too. Here, teasing is an art of connection, not an insult. Many Bahamians believe that only when tourists can laugh at themselves do they truly blend in with island life. Locals, especially women, are always ready to give directions, offer advice, or even invite you to a family party just because you asked about the best street food. With tourism making up over 50% of the GDP, hospitality isn't just tradition, it's the lifeblood of the economy. Number 9. Items prohibited from entering the Bahamas. Thinking about bringing a few paintings, houseplants, or small gifts into the Bahamas? Think again. This island paradise has a long and strict list of prohibited items that has shocked more than a few travelers right at the airport. First of all, any paintings, photos, books, cards, or publications with inappropriate or obscene content are strictly forbidden. Even suggestive vacation photos can be confiscated or destroyed without notice. Next, underwater spear guns, except for handmade Hawaiian slings, are considered weapons. They'll be confiscated immediately and could even lead to prosecution. This is a big surprise, especially for fishing enthusiasts. The Bahamas is also well known for its tough anti-counterfeit laws. Fake goods like handbags, watches, DVDs, and pirated software are all illegal. In 2023, Nassau Customs seized more than 18,000 counterfeit items, leaving many tourists stunned, thinking they were just bringing in small gifts. Pets aren't exempt either. Without proper health certificates and vaccination records, they'll be held at the port and sent back immediately, causing major inconvenience for their owners. Plants, seeds, and bulbs are strictly regulated to protect the ecosystem. In the past, certain plants have led to thousands of acres being destroyed after pests were discovered. Additionally, if you're carrying more than $10,000, you must declare it. Otherwise, you risk confiscation and even a money laundering investigation. The Bahamas is also a leader in banning single-use plastics. Straws, plastic bags, and foam cups are completely prohibited, with fines up to $2,000 per item. Number 8. Dress code rules in the Bahamas. Many tourists arrive in the Bahamas thinking it's as casual as Hawaii or Bali, where you can wear whatever you want. In reality, Bahamians care deeply about public appearance. They believe the way you dress is the way you show respect to others. That's why the Bahamas has its own strict dress codes that foreigners should keep in mind. First, and most important, absolutely no camouflage clothing, including small bucket hats or mini tote bags. By law, camouflage patterns are reserved for the military and security forces, regardless of color or style. In 2023, police reported nearly 60 cases of tourists, mostly from the U.S. and Europe, being warned or fined at Nassau Airport and the Paradise Island Ferry Terminal for not knowing this rule. Next, bikinis and beachwear for the beach or pool only. Many tourists, especially Americans, are shocked when locals give them disapproving looks. A viral video in mid-2022 showed a female tourist in a bikini at Nassau's market being pointed at and yelled at by dozens of people, forcing her to flee in embarrassment. Advice for you: when leaving the beach, throw on a cover-up or dress, and always wear neat, modest clothing when entering neighborhoods, markets, or restaurants. Don't let a wardrobe mistake turn your dream vacation into an embarrassing experience. Number 7. No public dancing allowed. The Bahamas is famous for lively beaches, all-night music parties, and a free-spirited vibe. But few know that in many areas, public dancing without an official permit is actually illegal, and violators can face hefty fines or even arrest. This rule comes from the Music and Dancing Licensing Act, a law dating back to British colonial times that's still enforced today. Any public music event or dance activity, even outdoors in public squares or on the beach, requires a special permit from local authorities. The law aims to control security, public order, and prevent spontaneous gatherings that could lead to violence or disturbances. In reality, there have been many cases where tourists, especially Americans and Canadians, danced in the street or held small beach parties, only to be told by police to stop immediately or pay fines of $300 to $1,000. Number 6. The world's largest gift-giving festival. When you think of the Bahamas, you probably picture blue seas and pink sand beaches. But did you know the country also hosts one of the world's most vibrant gift-giving and costume festivals, Junkanoo? This festival takes place every December 26th on Boxing Day and continues into New Year's Day. Junkanoo is like the Bahamas' own version of Carnival, featuring huge parades, street bands, dazzling floats, and colorful handmade costumes prepared all year long. Every year, over 50,000 international visitors flock to Nassau just for this festival, and about 150,000 locals hit the streets to join and cheer. According to the Bahamas Ministry of Tourism, Junkanoo brings in over $30 million directly to the service and hospitality industries, making it the hardest time of year to find a hotel room or plane ticket. What makes Junkanoo unique is its spirit of giving. Music groups and dancers hand out candy, souvenirs, and small handmade gifts. These acts symbolize sharing, gratitude, and community connection. It's estimated that about 100,000 little gifts are given out each Junkanoo season, creating a rain of gifts across Nassau's streets. Besides the big parades, some old neighborhoods keep the door-to-door gift run tradition, where people knock on doors, sing, and give out sweets, candy, or crafts. A cultural experience few tourists ever see. Number 5. Littering comes with heavy fines. In the Bahamas, littering isn't just illegal. It's seen as a serious insult to the community and the ocean, which locals respect as the soul of the nation. With over 1,200 miles of coastline and about 700 islands, the Bahamas' economy and way of life depend almost entirely on tourism and pristine marine ecosystems. By law, anyone caught littering in public, especially on beaches, small islands, or marine parks, can be fined $500 to $2,000. If the littering harms coral reefs or marine animals, you could even face criminal charges. In 2018, a report from Bahamas Plastic Movement showed over 110 million pounds of plastic waste washed into Bahamian waters each year, mostly from tourists. This has led to heartbreaking incidents: sea turtles dying from swallowing plastic bags, whales washing ashore with stomachs full of plastic, and beaches being closed due to toxic algae. To protect the ocean, since 2020, the Bahamas became the first Caribbean nation to ban plastic bags, straws, single-use foam containers, and even balloon releases. As a tourist, you're not just here to admire the blue seas and white sands, you're also helping protect their fragile beauty. Do you think such strict fines should be applied in more countries? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Number 4. The unique underwater church of the Bahamas. Off the turquoise coast west of Nassau, there's a place that leaves visitors both awestruck and silent as they dive down. The Ocean Atlas statue, the world's largest underwater sculpture, nearly 20 feet tall, depicting a girl holding the world on her shoulders, symbolizing humanity's burden on the ocean. Located in Clifton Heritage National Park, the area around the statue is often called the Underwater Church, a symbolic name for a place where people quietly pray beneath the sea. There are no domes, pews, or church bells, but locals and tourists, especially professional diving groups, often hold small memorials here. They lay wreaths underwater, say prayers on boats, or bow their heads in silence while diving by, to remember lost loved ones or victims of ocean storms. Ocean Atlas isn't just a reminder of the delicate relationship between people and the ocean. It's a place where many come to reflect, find peace, and send a final message beneath the salty waves. Every year, during Hurricane Remembrance season, June to November, Bahamian divers quietly hold flower-laying ceremonies as a way to preserve spiritual culture. Number 3. A honeymoon paradise. Looking for a place to enjoy your honeymoon, rekindle romance, or just retire in peaceful nature? If so, you should consider the Bahamas, famous as the paradise of everlasting love. From the air, the Bahamas looks like a vast blue painting, with crystal-clear waters, endless white beaches, and dark green patches of palm and coconut forests. The country has over 700 islands, making up more than 5% of the world's coral islands, with famous beaches like the pink sands of Harbor Island, the peaceful shores of Exumas, or the wild beauty of Eleuthera. It's no surprise that over 16,000 weddings are held here each year, not to mention thousands of anniversary and honeymoon trips. If you love luxury, the Versailles Gardens on Paradise Island will make you feel like you're in a mini Europe in the Caribbean. With vibrant flower arches, classic fountains, and elegant stone walkways. On the other hand, if you want to bond under the sun, Eleuthera's beaches or the pink sands offer a natural, free-spirited yet romantic setting, where every flower and seashell becomes a witness to your vows. Some couples even choose bold experiences like underwater weddings, wearing diving suits and sharing a kiss among the colorful coral reefs. Interestingly, the Bahamas also has one of the lowest divorce rates in the Caribbean, much lower than in Western countries. Many believe that starting a marriage on these peaceful seas is a blessing for lasting love. Number 2. Don't call locals by their first name. In the Bahamas, you'll often be greeted with friendly smiles and warm hellos like, "Good morning, darling," or "Hello, sweetheart," especially at local markets or family shops. But behind this friendliness is a serious social rule that many tourists don't know. You should never call locals by their first name unless you're truly close to them. When talking to locals, you'll notice they use last names, like Mr. Roll, Miss Ferguson, or Mrs. Pratt, even in casual conversation. On many islands like Andros or Eleuthera, elders teach children that only family members call each other by first name, and using the proper title is a sign of respect. Even in offices, schools, or hospitals, this formal way of addressing people is maintained. For example, in court or at community meetings in Nassau, you'll see people start their speeches with "Sir" or "Madam" and refer to others as "Mr. Smith said" instead of "John said," even if they know each other well. With over 88% of Bahamians being of African descent, local culture is also influenced by African traditions. where first names have spiritual meaning, are tied to ancestors or souls, and shouldn't be used casually. Number 1. Bahamas and traffic rules. In the Bahamas, people drive on the left side of the road, just like in the UK. But what really confuses many tourists, especially Americans, is that most cars here still have the steering wheel on the left, not the right like in other left-driving countries. So you have to drive on the left side of the road, but you're still sitting on the left side of the car, making turning and lane, positioning a real brain twister for first-timers. Each year, over 1.5 million American tourists visit the Bahamas, and many get confused about which way to turn, especially at roundabouts where traffic moves clockwise. Strangely, there's no clear law on penalties for tourists driving on the wrong side, so accidents often have to be settled on the spot or through insurance, leading to plenty of disputes. If you're not confident, it's safer and less stressful to take a taxi, about $15 to $30 for a short ride in Nassau, or hire a car with a driver. You might be surprised to see pickup trucks carrying people openly in the back, or local drivers whistling 3 times in a row to apologize or ask for the right-of-way instead of using turn signals. On many small islands, golf carts and electric vehicles are the main transportation, and the speed limit is just 15 to 20 miles per hour, keeping the islands peaceful and quiet. So the Bahamas isn't just beautiful. It's full of strange and fascinating rules and taboos that will surprise and stick with any visitor. Which one surprised you the most? Leave a comment below, and don't forget to subscribe for more unique secrets from around the world.